You coughed. Blood came out. Cool? At first, you think it's that classic post-nasal drip, the kind that shows up after a week of denial, 5 cups of gas station coffee, and 12 hours in an unventilated office with a guy who clearly hasn't met a tissue in weeks. But then you look at the tissue. The red isn't subtle. It's Jackson Pollock. And it's warm. That's the moment it hits. Something's wrong. Not flu wrong. Not, I probably shouldn't have licked that escalator handrail wrong. No, this is a Victorian ghost just cursed my lungs wrong. Your chest rattles again. Deep. Wet. Like there's a rain stick in your ribcage and someone's shaking it just to mess with you. You try to breathe deeply. Bad idea. Sharp pain, like inhaling barbed wire. But sure, let's power through. Maybe it's allergies. Maybe your lungs are just having a moment. Maybe you should have read the health warnings on that international flight you took 6 weeks ago. You know, the one with the coughing toddler 3 rows up who somehow managed to spray everyone from first class to coach like a plague sprinkler. Too late now. Inside your lungs, a new empire is rising. Its name? Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Sounds like a medieval warlord. Acts like one too. Spoiler, you're the battlefield. You haven't even called the doctor yet. But yeah, that was the easy part. Silence. That's the next phase. The kind of silence that's not actually silent. More like a lull before the microbial storm. See, TB's not flashy in the beginning. It doesn't burst in, scream, and set things on fire. No, it sneaks. It marinates. It waits. You feel tired. Not, I had a long day tired. Existential tired. You could sleep for 12 hours and still wake up like your bones are filled with molasses. Your limbs feel like discount mannequin parts. You start skipping things. Parties, chores, entire meals. Not because you're busy, because gravity got meaner. You start sweating at night. A lot. The kind of sweat that makes you wonder if your bed is melting. Your sheets are damp, your shirt sticks. Your pillow smells like anxiety and sour breath. Still, no one believes you, because you don't look sick. Not enough to justify a dramatic monologue. Just a bit pale, just a bit off. And statistically, you're still in the comfort zone. Latent tuberculosis affects about 2 billion people worldwide. That's a billion with a B. That's 1 in 4 people playing microbial Russian roulette. And the worst part? Most of them don't know. You probably wouldn't either. If your immune system hadn't decided to take a sick day, now the bacteria are multiplying. Slowly, strategically. Like they've read Sun Tzu. And you? You're just trying to explain why your coworkers keep commenting on your vampire look. But hey, maybe it's just burnout. Maybe it's stress. Maybe this time the cough doesn't go away. It's deep. It echoes. It tastes like metal and fungus and something else you don't want to name. You're coughing so hard your ribs ache. You're coughing so hard you can feel your brain bounce. And the phlegm? Oh, the phlegm. It's thick, stringy. Yellowish, greenish, reddish horror, like someone put ketchup and pond water through a blender and forgot to clean it for a week. There's blood again. More this time. Enough to stain. Enough to smell. Your breath is officially a biohazard. Your body's not being subtle anymore. You're burning up. Your skin goes hot, then cold, then both at once. Your neck's soaked, your back's slick. You start hallucinating about taking a cold shower in an abandoned meat locker. Your spine hurts. Your chest feels tight. Breathing becomes optional. You look up TB symptoms online. Bad idea. Worse than Googling a pimple. Now you're convinced your lungs are melting. Fun fact, TB can affect any part of your body. Lungs are just the warm-up act. You try to sleep. You wake up drowning, not metaphorically. Your lungs are filling. You tilt your head and squelch. You roll over and gurgle. You cry a little, just a bit. Stage 3, fire in the chest. Stage 4, denial becomes impossible. And still, somehow, you haven't seen a doctor. But don't worry, you will. You finally stumble into a clinic. You look like a warning label. The nurse calls your name like it's the punchline to a bad joke. You follow her down a hallway painted in budget beige. You're handed a mask and told to wait. You wait. And wait. And wait. Eventually, a doctor enters with all the energy of a man who's been surviving on vending machine coffee and resentment since 2009. He listens to your lungs. His eyebrows rise. He sends you for a chest x-ray. then casually asks you to hawk up something productive. Translation: spit into this cup like you're a busted fire hydrant. You oblige. It's chunky. 3 days later, you get the call. It's not a cold. It's not stress. It's not the moldy ceiling you blamed for 2 weeks. It's tuberculosis. You try to remember what you know about TB. Isn't that, like, old? Didn't people in corsets and top hats die from it in candlelight while writing poetry? Oh, you sweet summer child. Modern TB is alive, well, and antibiotic-resistant in all the worst ways. There were 10.6 million cases last year. It's one of the top infectious disease killers in the world. Yes, still. No, they didn't teach you that in high school. You were too busy watching anti-drug PSAs. Now they hand you a treatment plan. It's a list. A long one. You hold it like it might bite you. And it kind of will. You begin your daily pharmaceutical feast. 4 pills, every single day, like clockwork. Big ones, chalky ones. Ones that smell like old libraries and regret. Isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, ethambutol. Sound like wizard spells? Great. They also come with curses. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, burning nerve endings, liver failure, and the joy of peeing sunset orange. No, really. Your urine now glows like a rave poster under blacklight. It's the only party left in your life. The meds tear through your insides like they're scrubbing for gold. You spend your mornings dry heaving and your nights negotiating with your stomach like it's a hostile tenant. Your appetite dies. Your skin gets patchy. You look like you've been haunted. And it doesn't end there. You have to go in for DOT, directly observed therapy. That's right. A stranger watches you take your pills like you're a toddler with a jelly bean addiction. Because if you skip doses, the bacteria adapt. They become multi-drug resistant. Imagine TB on steroids. Now imagine that steroids don't work either. You start to fantasize about throwing the pills out the window, but you don't. Because the only thing worse than this treatment? The next treatment. Things are supposed to get better now. They don't. Your body begins rejecting everything. Food? Nope. Sleep? Huh. Social interaction? You forget what voices sound like. You lose weight. Fast. Not cute weight loss. Not beach body loss. This is rib counting, cheekbone jutting, corpse shadow kind of loss. You pass mirrors and flinch. You look like a before photo for an autopsy. Your joints start aching. Your eyes blur. You develop peripheral neuropathy, which is a fancy way of saying your fingers burn like tiny bonfires and your feet feel like static TV, constantly. Your liver enzymes spike. Your doctor frowns and removes one of the meds. That's fun, because now you're playing Jenga with your survival. Your mood swings like a wrecking ball. You cry during cereal commercials. You stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering if this is what a slow collapse feels like. People stop visiting. They say they're giving you space. Translation: you're coughing and scary and depressing now. Even your cat starts sleeping somewhere else. The disease isn't killing you anymore, but hope is bleeding out. Eventually, the coughing stops. Or slows. You don't want to jinx it. You stop hacking up body parts in the sink. You can breathe again, kind of. Deep breaths still feel like a dare, but at least they don't come with blood and horror movie sound effects. You finish your 6-month drug regimen. Or was it 9? Time became liquid somewhere back in month 3. The doctor smiles, tells you you're cured. You smile back, sort of. With your eyes. Your mouth is too dry and cracked to move, but deep inside, something's off. The fatigue lingers. The pain, too. And the fear. That sticks. You're cured. But you're not okay. Your lungs are scarred. Permanently. Fibrosis, they call it. Like your bronchioles went through a war and came out with PTSD. You wheeze on stairs now. Laughter gives you coughing fits. You sleep propped up because lying flat makes your chest feel like cement. Loud noises, crowds, anyone coughing near you? Full panic. And let's not forget the bills. Oh, the bills. Medication, testing, isolation, missed work. You owe more to the healthcare system than you do in student loans. Barely. But hey, you survived. You're a success story. You just can't run, shout, laugh, or breathe deep. That's it. You made it to the other side. Not dead, not contagious, not whole. Tuberculosis doesn't just kill. Sometimes it leaves you alive. That's worse. You're a shell now. A breathing, twitching reminder that disease doesn't have to win to ruin you. And the worst part? You could get it again. One cough, one microbe, one breath in the wrong room. So yeah, congrats, you beat TB, but your lungs will never forget. In the wrong room. So yeah, congrats, you beat TB, but your lungs will never forget.